Right. Uh, Today I'm going to explain on till yesterday I was explaining about you know that's related to the managing the user's data, how to import and how to export employee data. So we have seen number of functionalities and the use of each of them, and we have seen till yesterday. And today I'm going to explain the last topic in the setting the foundation, is communicating with the users. Communicating with the users. So here, as an administrator, you are going to communicate an email notification setup. So how you are going to communicate with the users as an administrator? As I said, there are two types of email notifications are going to be triggered. One is event triggered notifications and administrator triggered notifications. Take for example email notification. Whenever there is an event is going to take place, and the notifications has to be sent automatically to the employees. This is called company-wide settings. And this concept, whenever you find that the email has to be sent automatically, then it is being called as a event triggered notifications. And for example, if there is no automatically the email is being sent, then those notifications has to be sent manually, and those events are called as a administrator triggered email notifications. Administrator triggered email notifications. So first thing is we should know how to manage notifications in the system. The first thing is how to manage the notifications in the system. So then we will understand how we have to just go and set up. See here, the first thing is when you click on the options, and there is a link called notifications here. When you click on this and you see that receive a email notification and not to receive any email notifications. But usually from where these notifications are going to be triggered, and how, on what basis these email notifications are triggered. That's why I said managing the notifications. So what you have to do is come to the admin center and click on company setting, and you can see here email notification template settings, right? Email notification template settings. When you click on that, and you can see there are a lot of notification links you can find on module wise. There are a lot of notifications. For example, workflow notifications. For example, workflow action approval or action restricted, cancelled, skipped, comment posted, and so on. And these notifications that you are going to enable, whichever that you want to enable, and you, for example, you see 360-degree, and you can disable user notification, disable creation notification, roading notification, reject notification. And these notifications are called if you are giving like a link, sorry, if you are going to switch on these notifications, all the switches, by giving a check mark, and that you are activating this functionality, whenever these kind of whenever these actions, these functionalities takes place in the system, and automatically the system is going to send a notification to all the employees in a company. And these notifications are being called as, what kind of notifications these are called as? What are they? What kind of notifications these are being called as? Event triggered notifications, right? So these are, you just enable, and these are being called as event triggered notifications. So, and let us go back. This is a section where you are going to manage notifications. Now I'm going to explain now a user notifications, right? A user notification. You know, your company has a requirement like whenever there is an event is going to take place and there are emails, notifications or welcome email or even any kind of activity is going to take place and the notifications are being sent to the every employee by the administrator, right? So when he sends it, and he can send it based on what criteria, like an individual employee, he can send the notifications, and he can send the notifications like a group of employees. He can send on both the criterias. But here, when he sends a notification to communicate some kind of initiations is going to take place in the coming days, you are updating to the employees. But here, the users are going to receive an email notification. But your company has an option like the user should have an option like whether to receive a notification from a company, whether not to receive a notification from a company. The user should have an ability. But how the user can restrict? When you click on these options under the user drop down, and you can find the notification tab, and you can find there are two tabs here, receive email and no email notification. This is actually called a company-wide email notification. When you find a company-wide email notification, means this is applicable to every employee in a company who are who are active in the status with the company. But here, if you just read it carefully, the individual setting is not allowed. You can see that. Individual setting is not allowed. What does that mean? You are enforced not to enable, like you can't select anything here. These check marks. Click on each of these, right? So that means individual setting is restricted. But your company has a requirement like enable that individual setting so that the users should, they can receive or they cannot also, they also may not receive. It depends upon that what you select here. But here if you just read it, it is, deactivated. But I want to enable and which I want to give the option to every user in a company and the individual setting should be allowed. This is called user notification. What should we do now? Go to the admin center and click on company settings. Now what you have to do is click on company system and logo settings. So when you just scroll down, there is a link, you will read it here. This option allows a company-wide setting on whether the users will receive a notification. If checked, all users will receive an email on workflow related processes. If not checked, end user has an option to turn email notification on and off. You see that workflow related processes. What is that? Is it like individual notification or is it event triggered notification? Is it like event triggered notification or is it like an administrator triggered notification? This sentence, what kind of notifications these are? You understand it as these are called event triggered notifications. Now I'm just going to uncheck this link and just scroll down and save a company system setting, and you can see that the changes are made successfully. Now once you please log out. Okay, sometimes it will take a time to take the changes affected to the system, so you have to log out. So let me again log into the system and let us find out whether the individual setting is enforced or whether individual setting is enhanced or no. Let us click on the notification tab and you can see here, right, whether to receive, to receive, or you can see here carefully. So individual setting is enabled. Company-wide setting for individual notification or user notification is enabled, and the user can receive or it can also restrict, and it depends upon the individual choice. But usually what happens, right, most of the time that individual setting is enforced. Most of the time individual setting is enforced and restricted, so that you have to receive everything that is going to take place in a company, and this is very, very important. And let us go and find out in the options section whether the individual setting is enforced or it is enabled. And you can see here, so this is how that you are going to configure communicating with users, the users and notifications. The first we have seen the managing the notifications for event triggered notifications. The second thing is user notification for event triggered notification, whether to receive email notification or not to receive any email notifications from a company, which are system triggered or workflow related processes. So now we have to understand how to send a user welcome email. Okay, now you see that send a user welcome email. So you have to click on this link now. So here you can just look at here carefully. As an administrator, okay, these are being customized by the administrator. The administrator has an ability, like you can send email notifications, like whether to receive an email, so you can send it like, or anything that you want to communicate. For example, the user has forgotten his password. A user has forgotten his own email ID. There is something that is going to take place in a company in a coming days. You want to communicate like based on individual employees, you just go and click on send a system message by a group, and you want to send it by a group, and you can see here the criteria at the bottom. Is it based on all employees, all divisions, departments, or locations? So you will be finding that criteria here. Even if it is send a system message by a user, and you can see that criteria, you can search with the first name, last name, job code and all. It doesn't mean that every time you have to enter all these fields manually. Not required. For example, you are not sure to whom that you want to send an email as a by user, an individual user. What should you do? Usually either you can enter a first name or last name, or you can enter the username or a job code. You can enter any one of all those. But here I'm not sure the username and the first name and the job code. What shall we do at the time? Is simply you don't enter anything. You leave it blank. But prior to that, what exactly you want to send a message to the group of people or maybe individual people as an administrator. So first you need to customize your subject and the body. Like you customize your email notifications in your respective emails like Google or Gmail or Yahoo or whatever it is. So since you are not aware of these first name, last name and username, what shall we do now? So we have to search for them. Simply just go and click on search users, and you can see the results at the bottom, right? All the employees with active status, you can see here. What you have to do is simply just go on search and select the user to whom you want to send. I want to send a message to Abraham. I want to send a message to Abraham. And which one I want to send? This one. These kind of systems send these kind of email notifications are called administrator triggered notifications. The administrator is going to customize it, and he is going to send a notification to whom? To the selected employee. You can just go and select how many number of users that to whom you want to send it. You can just select it, not a problem, right? So but I'll just scroll down, and you need to scroll down to the bottom. Click on send a system message, and now you can see that the send system message has been started successfully and this Abraham has to go to his email which is registered with while he is being hired, and he is going to receive an email notification to that. He will just go and verify that. So this is how that you have to send an email notification. But when it comes to the send a system message by a group, what happens? You don't see with the first name, last name, and so on. So you have to select all the available, divisions, all the available departments, all the available locations to whom you want to send it. And now you are not going to see any results at the bottom. But everybody that you have selected, filtering, all the employees in this department, division and location will be receiving an email notification that is being customized by the administrator. It is called send a system message by a group. So what happens now, when I clicked on this, you get a pop-up window saying like you are about to send 5 messages, please click to continue. So this is how you are going to customize and send a system message. So this is how, it is very important that communicating with the users. And there are two types of notifications. One is event triggered notifications, and the second one is administrator triggered notifications. So by this, we are completing the setting the foundation topic. We are going to talk a lot of other topics which are having a connection to the setting the foundation in the coming classes, which is going to be the next topic from tomorrow. So what I'll do is, now I will be giving you some of the exercises, and for whatever that we have seen so far, and then you can just go and practice them, and I'll be giving a documents for all those at the end of the introduction to mastery module. So until then I will not give any document. I will give only documents after completion of each module. So now I'm just going to give you some of the exercises based on whatever we have seen so far in the class, and based on the setting the foundation concept. I'm going to give you, please do try to practice it so that it will help you so much. The first exercise is make changes to the UDF. So my question is, the make changes to the UDF means what exactly you are going to do. What is the UDF stands for? I will be asking the questions now. I want the answers, and if you people don't respond, I will not take the class. I want the response as well. Right. So what is the UDF stands for? What is the UDF stands for? It's a user data file. Very good. So now I'll give the another exercise like import user data file. So import user data file. So if you want to import a user data file, what exactly the process you are going to follow as an administrator? And I told you very clearly who is a professional services consultant and who is an administrator. Okay, you have to understand that way. Okay, so you don't forget of that technicality of the understanding about these administrators and professional consultants. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just giving an exercise like import a user data file, and what exactly you are going to do when I give this exercise? What is that? I want that when I give a system access, please do make use it properly. And if I find that someone is misusing my system, I'm sure that I will never come back. I will never allow you people to sit in my class, and I will never allow you to have anything in from my end. I tell it very seriously. I give it system access 24/7 till you complete the course. If you are going to use it properly. If somebody is making misusing, I will track it. I can track it. I can know what is going to happen. But I'm just requesting everyone use it so that you can have the access without any interruptions. Right, so that even others should not get affected. Right, that's why you do it properly, and this will help everyone so that others also not getting disturbed. So my question is, import user data file. what exactly you are understanding about this? You import user data file means what exactly the process you are going to do that to import user data file? What kind of activities are linked with the import user data file? Okay, the next one is modify the message in users welcome email or users welcome message. So my question is, modify the message in users welcome message, right? My question is it event triggered notification or is it administrator triggered notification? The question is it user triggered notification or is it administrator? What? XML is linked with the import file. What XML, sir? Where did we link the XML file? I never linked anywhere an XML file. That's wrong answer. Modified as a CSV file to be imported. I don't know, maybe you're not understanding my class. I never linked any of the XML files anywhere. I have not started explaining anything about XML files, and I never imported anything with XML files. I don't know. Right. So here my question is, modify the message in user's welcome message. Is it administrator triggered notification or event triggered notification? Modify the message in user's welcome message that you are going to send to the users. Is it administrator triggered notification or event triggered notification? It's absolutely admin triggered notification. Very good. Absolutely right. The next one, modify the signature in an email message body, right? Modify the signature in an email message body. But here, where exactly you are going to modify it? In which link? As an administrator, where exactly you are going to modify this? And which link? I have explained it just now. I think many of you do that, at least one email every day, right? You customize it and you compose it and you send a lot of emails to everyone. So it's in a send a user welcome email section. Okay. The next one is send a message to your users. Send a message to your users. So if you want to send a message to a users, so what is that? It's you are going to send, like, is it like welcome email or is it like any kind of initiations which are going to take place in your company, right? The last one I'll give it as like export user data file. The lot of functionalities are there to export a user data file. Okay, so I want everyone, I just want to give you more than this, but I request everyone, please kindly listen to the classes again, and it's very clearly explained. And I thought of giving almost some 10 to 15 exercises, but I don't think that you are all able to understand. That's why I request everyone, please listen to the class again and understand it, so that this will help you so much. It's not for my benefits, for your benefit, right? So what I'll do is since even no one is there in the class, but I will be asking the questions and answers based on whatever we have seen in the class and setting the foundation. Okay, so I want the answers from everyone. If you don't give me the answer, I don't understand, like maybe you are not understanding my class. Okay, now let us start one by one. The first question is, the UDF contains the following standard elements. There are multiple answers here in this particular question. I want the answer. What are they? The UDF
filter fields or optional fields.
So you can type it, sir. You can type it, no problem. So that it will help, no problem. Yeah, I'll take the time. So what are they?
Required fields, filter fields, optional fields.
Very good. The answer is required fields, filter fields, and optional fields. And you need to understand, of course, we didn't see that how these filter fields are coming to the UDF file. UDF file is not an XML file. UDF is not an XML file. It is a spreadsheet. It is a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. It is not an XML file. I never said anywhere. XML file are called data models. And we never link any data models, any XML files to your instance. So I never done that. It is impossible to do that. So the UDF files, the XML files are different. They are called as the data models. Of course, there is a time for everything. We are going to see them in a lot of scenarios in the coming classes. So which combination of credentials are required to log into the success factors? Mr. Pravanjan, what combination of credentials are required to log into your success factors, and which option is right option here?
Username, password, company ID.
Very good. I want others. You don't respond, Bhaiya. It's not, it's for others. So select all the following tasks that can be performed in administration center, company setting, and email notification templates. So what exactly you are going to do here? There are multiple answers here again. Select the following tasks that can be performed in the admin tools. What are they? The answers are A, B, and D. Absolutely right. Very good. The two ways in which email notification triggered are event triggered and administrator triggered. Is it true or false? It's absolutely true.
True.
Very good. And an administrator can choose to not allow users to turn email notification on and off. I want the answer for this. Come on, you can. Read the question again so that you will give the answer. The answer is absolutely true. Read it carefully. An administrator can choose to not allow users to turn email notification on and off. He has that ability. He has that ability. Allow or not to allow. The answer is true. These are called, this option allows the user. Do you remember? User notifications. It comes under the user notification. The answer is absolutely true. An administrator cannot reset password for a specific group of users. Of course, I didn't take it because the same topic will be repeated in the coming class, which has very much connection to that. That's why I left it. But here the answer, you can try it. No problem. An administrator cannot reset password for a specific group of users. The answer is true or false? True now. Read it again. An administrator cannot reset. Read the question. Reading the question is very important. This will help everyone to review your subject and your understanding, my explanation to you, so that I also find that you are understanding my class. And the second important thing is you are getting into the subject. And the third important thing is this is going to be the pattern that you are going to receive certification questions. Okay, this is the same pattern. So use them so that this will help you. This is not a time pass. An administrator cannot reset passwords for a specific group of users. The answer is absolutely false. He can reset. Employees with any administrative privileges will be able to access admin tools. Which two ways? I hope that I have explained a number of times and we have opened it number of times. The answer is from the home drop-down navigation menu and the name drop-down menu. Next, email notification templates are accessed by navigating to, it's nothing but asking the navigation path. It's also very easy answer. Which one is the right answer? So the answer is absolutely 3. Very good. So the two ways in which email notification are triggered or event triggered or administrator triggered, of course the answer is true. Repeated. The file format should be saved as a .csv file. Is it true or false? A file format should be saved as a .csv format or file. The answer is absolutely true. It's recommended best practice to download the existing UDF before making changes and importing. It's a recommended best practice to download the UDF before making changes to and importing. The answer is absolutely true. An administrator cannot reset password for a group. Of course, it's repeated. What is the purpose of my favorite spot in admin center? What is the purpose of my favorite spot in admin center? What is the purpose of my favorite spot? It is to provide a quick access to users, the tasks that you perform regularly. Is there any other tile that on the home page related to this my favorite is? Is there any tile related to this on the home page? What is that tile name is called as? There is a tile. It's absolutely admin favorite style. Very good. So there is not a tool search box on the administrator tools page. There is not a tools search box on the administrator tools page. What is that? Is it true or false? I'm sure maximum will give the right answer. The absolute is false. There is a tools search box there in the admin center. Okay, earlier it was called admin tools, now it's called as the admin center. So there are 3 types of administrators. Is it true or false? So who are they? Who are they, sir? What are those 3 administrators? Who are those 3 administrators? Namely, as system admin, very good. Super user and okay. So is there any other name that for super user that you can call it as? Instead of super user, there is also another name that you can call it as. What is that? A system admin, sorry, super administrator. Now, it's not required. The UDF contains the following standard elements repeated. I want the answer for this and this is going to be last one. Right. To the steps to export a list of existing users in SuccessFactors are, so please give me the answer for this and read it again carefully and I'm sure you will give the answer. And I think there is some sound is coming from your boss, Mr. Anand. It's recording the video, that's why. Yeah, thank you. So the answer please for this. The steps to export a list of existing users in SuccessFactors are, the answer is what is that? Is it first option or second option or third option? If you remember carefully, I have taken this class for 1 hour actually, and you should be able to give the answer by this time. And which is the right option here? Read it again, and there is simple technique is there. There is only simple technique that if you use it, I'm sure you will give the answer. There is a process. There is a process. It's updated in the answer as one of the answer, so that you can give the answer. The answer is Pravanjan says it's the last one. Specify export option. Specify is absolutely wrong. Compensation data is wrong. The answer is absolutely the first one. See, you will never see that as second option as specify file language. That will come as a third option. Okay, you have to specify the export options. Is it valid users? Is it like system fields that comes? Like you are going to specify file language and batch schedule options. And you can see that compensation data is nothing but, of course, that is removed now because we're not using compensation module in our system. That's why it's not updated there. Okay, the answer is the first one. Okay, so by this we are completing the setting the foundation. So from tomorrow I'll be starting a new module which is going to be customizing your instance. Okay, customizing your instance. So if you have any doubts for this particular concept, setting the foundation from the beginning till now, you can please ask me. So here I just divided the topic wise, concept wise. I take the classes based on a concept wise, and through which you supposed to learn that way. That's how that you are going to learn the subject. It's not like randomly you touch this and touch that. That is not exactly the subject. So we are going to see that the concept wise, and every class we are taking now in the later part of the classes, there is a lot of connection. Don't think these classes are waste, as when I talk with some of you, they are talking like these classes are waste.